Morning, y'all. It's Kate at Kate Rambles On, and it's a Tuesday morning. Yeah, I have a rare day off in the middle of the week. Yeah, it's going to throw me off anytime we have a day off. This week was hoping to get myself back in, I don't know, back in sync because of the Labor Day weekend. And then we didn't have enough business for today, so we didn't have any clients today, so it was a rare day off. And I got a lot of overtime last time, which will help in transitioning to a couple slower weeks, but it is rare for me to have a day off. And I'm spending my morning in the garden. I've watered. I've readjusted my bird setup. Big, beautiful, I can't think of her name. I looked them up, but, my brain's full of stuff. Yellow butterfly that's been enjoying, of course, the zinnia, but she's also been enjoying the little yellow snapdragons over here. And there's a yellow and pink snapdragon over there by the peppers, because it between the basil and the sage, because it wouldn't fit in the pot. And those are they attract pollinators, but they're for the contrast of when these bloom. These will be a big bronze, that really deep bronze, and this will be a really deep red. And so I did have this over by the bronze, and it may move, but those were like the last 4 little dianthus at the garden center. They're transitioning out of all their summer stuff. I think pansies get delivered this week, so I've got the top part to these and several pots for pansies, but I'm thinking by the time I get the pansies, I'm going to either pull out the green beans or pick all the peppers and pull the peppers out and then use that dirt and fill these with pansies, or one of them. Asparagus fern's still doing well. I moved this pot of zinnia over here so it got more sun, and the wind, the way it comes around that corner, was knocking it over. And yeah, so we're supposed to get back up into the low mid 90s over the next week, so kind of an Indian summer thing. I'm hoping we stay in the mid to high 80s instead, but I'd rather low 80s. But so the green beans, maybe I'll get a surprise fall crop. You can see the vines are blooming and stretching out to my tomatoes, which are still producing. I got a green thumb, y'all, and I baby things and I take care of them, and that's why here September I've got a blooming tomatoes thanks to Mother Nature. The Mandevilla is still going strong. So that's where the garden's at. But here are these little snapdragons. I'll harvest some of this basil here, but I'll probably let it go to flower. Same with the sage. I love fresh sage. I use sage. I've always ground up and dried my own rub sage for the seasoning. And when I saw that one lone little plant was looking sickly, I used my plant identifier because it'll tell you the health of a plant. And when I took a picture of it in this little pot, it said, "This plant is sick." The next day I put it in here and they said, "This plant looks okay but could be doing better." And now it's looking healthy. So a weekend with Kate and you're back in business, little Mr. Sage plant. So I've got lots of little bloom heads here on the lantana. So I'm hoping to get some last blooms out of there. For the pollinators, of course. I always try to plant everything to attract the pollinators, but apparently this dianthus has attracted a couple of flies. Yeah, whatever. They land on everything, so I guess maybe they inadvertently pollinate. You never know. So, new addition. A second hummingbird feeder. Because, well, it was on sale, and it's very pretty. And I still have a lot of hummingbirds. And Guy, that's the one I named, which he'll buzz through over here by me, and he'll come and, if I have anything more red in this window, he'll come to this window. He sees this reflection too, but I have different things in red. Like I had a sativa thing sitting here that's in red. And so this is what it'd be like if you were peeping into my kitchen window. If you're a perv, this is what you would see if you put your face up to the screen. Oh, Jade. Miss Prickly Pants, aloe vera. You would see that's a towel hanging on the fridge. And you would see, oh, there's a door. That's exciting. Oh, getting off on this. And, well, we can see our tank levels and that kind of stuff, but yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty safe. And you're going to have to want to walk back here, navigate. So anyway, I just thought about this morning because I was getting dressed in the bathroom. I mean, there's no light on, but I was like, someone could stand there and see me. I'm like, someone's got the stomach to stand and stare at my naked body, then I guess more power to them. So here's a wildflower that my neighbor cleaned up around this tree back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's this one. It had a bunch of, a little bit of Chinese privet, some strange wildflower meadow things, and just a bunch of brush. But he dug up one yellow thing, which is just a total weed, and I believe this is considered a weed too. But it had a nice long taproot, and I dealt a nice big hole and put a little bit of soil with some little bit of fertilizer in it, and I put it down in there, and it's standing up straight and looking pretty, and looks like it's going to pop a couple more blooms. And I do believe pollinators love it. So these giant cosmos still have not bloomed yet. I had a couple do this in Delaware. They just got so tall. I'm trying to see if this is like a bug or a spider, or if it's some sort of tangled up bloom head. I think it's just tangled up. Oh, it's just tangled up where the wind has blown the little things. So yeah, but these 4 feet. And I'm standing on a slope, so that's probably about 4.5 feet tall, almost 5 foot tall. This is probably a good 4 foot one, but yeah, they haven't done anything except for lean over. The smaller ones have made some pink cosmos, but using my flag stand and my little, that's the little, so that was the little ladybug, and then on the other side of it, I'm using the bee to help some more of these African marigolds, which are really tall and heavy, not fall over, because they were falling over every time I watered, even if I watered on mist and the wind, and they were falling over and laying on the coreopsis and the warclocks and some of the little teeny tiny stuff from that weird little cheap mix I just dumped out there in a big pile. And so I got this little short stuff here between my 2 rows of warclocks. So we'll see how it comes out. But, so I added some, left my water bottle. Look at me being trashy. No. I used it to add some water to, I'd already finished watering, but I bumped into these when I was messing around in the garden and sloshed the water out. And the bees and butterflies and a lot of other wasp-like things like to drink out of them, and that was the purpose of them. But I was using this distilled water to put up here into the ant moat. Hi, neighbors. Hi, neighbors. How you doing, goaty goats? Can you say hi to my people? I don't know their names. I've never met the owners, but there's 5 of them. Kind of going by the horns, I have a feeling that these 2 and this one are closer in age. I'm pretty sure these 2 small ones are younger. It looks like we got maybe a wether. They might be a weathered. Could be females too, but I don't see. She looks like she at once might have had teats. Okay, I know you're standing front and center. You're so pretty. You got that little half mustache and beautiful blue eyes. Beautiful blue eyes. Yeah? Well, it's got to get a little taller. When it grows a little taller, I'll lean it over. It's got to get bigger. See, you ate all yours. Yeah, you had a snack attack and you ate yours. Mm-hmm. That feel good? Is she rubbing your head? So yeah, this, I've been cutting it on my side. It's this creepy viney crap. But on this side, after they cleared, you could tell I leaned a lot of the stuff over and the goats nibbled it through the fence. But now it's short, so I'm going to let it go do its thing, and then it's like a little treat, a back fence treat lady. But it's nice and shady back here, so I know on the hot days, they like to lay through here, in this area, and in this part of their yard, and they can wander and roam about. But this is where their homes are, and their little night sheds, and their loafing areas. But they're so sweet. And they always come to talk. Be nice. Pick on someone your own size. That's your mom. Could be a dad. You know, you always see the white ones. You think, she looks like a mom. Yes, you're pretty. You're so pretty. You gotta be nice to the little ones. Okay, that one's got teeth. That's female. They might all be females, but I don't think so. I think you're a boy. Anyway, aren't they just the cutest? Y'all are so cute. So anyway, this is me on my day off. Some caulk came loose around my kitchen sink, so I'm going to pull up the rest of it and recaulk my sink today. Yeah, got a day off, but it's hard for me to just sit still. On the weekends, I kind of can justify it, and it's like a big deep breath after a long work week. But yeah, in the middle of the week, I'm like, if I just laid around today and didn't use my hand, like I didn't do anything Sunday, and I went to open the dryer Sunday night with my right hand just to pull the dryer open to get my things out, and the pain and burning that shot up through my hand, I mean, it made me exclaim loudly, and I don't usually do that. I'm pretty good at sucking up pain, but oh. So this finger here, I don't know if you can't tell it, so now I can't lift it, and it pops open. I have to, okay. If I keep moving it around, like sometimes if it gets really tight or hurting on the weekend, I'll go just take a drive, because the steering wheel and all of what your hand really feels, grips, and moves helps loosen it up. But when I do this knuckle, all except for this little thin knuckle, my ring finger, the middle knuckle and the knuckle at my hand, they all pop. And in the mornings, my hands, if this is bent, I can't get it up without manually doing it. And then once I've massaged it, so I'm using some Voltaren gel, and I just got to get myself into the doctor. I think I'm going to go to the end of this month. I was hoping to after maybe the 1st of October, but which I might still do, since I did have overtime. I did spend some of that extra money, but I also have got some stashed away, so I was going to go to the fair, but now I can't really justify the fair since I need to go down to Durant. But anyway, I just wanted cotton candy and to ride a ride. I hadn't been to a fair in forever. And who knows, I might still just go by myself. A girl can't, I don't really... One thing I like about going by myself is I can do it myself at my own pace, at what I want to do, look at what I want to look at. I don't have to compromise with anybody. I don't want to do that. Because I have decided in my older age I'm going to be selfish and take care of me for a change. Worry about me, myself. So anyway, yeah, I still think I'm going to get an orange pumpkin and move the upside down flower pot. That did have some things standing on it, which I may put back out, but I've got to work on the little things that hold the tea lights. So anyway, this is what Kate does on her day off. Yeah, that's a cat toy. I threw it out the door because it was in the way, and she doesn't play with it anymore, and that's just where it landed. So, yeah. I'm thinking I might use it actually as a growing vase and plant something down in the middle of it that'll come up out of it and cascade down the sides. And a little spinny, leave the balls and things there. So I think I'm going to put like something that creeps or something that'll grow good in the ground here, but that will come up out the top and then mound out over it. Or not. It's orange and it's plasticky, and I'm not that big into plasticky stuff at my garden. A few small pots, but it's because you usually can't see them. And I only buy things that look natural colors, so who knows. Right now I'll just leave it there because it's an interesting talking point for me and my many guests. Wait a minute. I never have any guests. Nobody ever comes and sees me. About once a month, Paula comes by. She's picking something up or dropping something off, or just because she needs to get out and take a ride. Or if she hasn't seen me, or if I haven't. Yeah. I just don't go by there all the time. You know, she does her thing. I do my thing. The 6 months I lived with her was a blessing in that I had a place to go, and, you know, some emotional support, and helped in the healing, but 6 months was a little sooner than I had wanted to move out, but I'm glad I did, because I think it preserved us having a good relationship, and I was ready. It's really hard for me to live with someone anymore. Paul kind of ruined that for me, and I'm not comfortable. I can't fully trust anyone I live with. I don't know. But, and I like being alone. I really do. So, I know I saw a guy chasing off another dragonfly right before I came to hummingbird right before I came and hung this new feeder, which now I've lost. And I moved the bird feeder that was there up here higher in the tree. And I'm pretty sure it was Guy, come buzzing into this hummingbird feeder. And then I could see he saw the other one. And he made another lap, a little lap like this. And then went up in some of that light stuff, that little dried dead stuff that hangs, old vines. He likes to sit on those. But there's been, back to the whole hummingbird, dragonfly, Kate's brain. I'm supposed to be working. I'm supposed to have my head down and to the grindstone. Working, making the money. And instead I'm sitting on my porch. Oh, I have a little patio rug coming. I think I got it in 5x7. And I also had to order a little elbow, 90-degree elbow thingy for my, where my hose and my and the filter hook into the camper. It's just too much weight, and even with the garden hose attached, so I need something that's not going to pull down on the connecting area. So right now I'm kind of babying it, making sure when I use the hose I don't pull it too much. And that connector I think should be here today or tomorrow. Maybe today. I hope so. So anyway, guys, that's just keeping you posted, and a rare Tuesday video of Kate rambling about the same old things she always rambles about. Yeah, I wish I had a different garden flag. I like that one. It's just dark. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So, there's a cool breeze on me, and I just lost my train of thought. Oh, my train of thought was to say goodbye, y'all. Love you. Thanks for watching. See you around.